Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. So that's my wife's 2010 Ford Show. It's the Taurus with the show, the EcoBoost, the twin turbo. SHO stands for super high output, I think, or something like that. Anyways, so I'm doing 4 O2 sensors on this. I got doors on because I got a detailer car too. I am not a mechanic. Our shop is a wreck. We've actually rented out part of our space to a tree cutting service company for the winter because they don't want to keep their stuff outside in the freezing cold. So I had to pull the passenger side front wheel off, and I'll show you why. But let's get into the parts first. So you're going to need 4. If you're changing out an O2 sensor, you might as well do all 4, because my wife actually went to, I think it was Advance Auto or AutoZone, one of the two, or O'Reilly's, I'm not really sure. Anyways, they put it on the machine or they put it on the computer, and the guys say, oh yeah, one of your O2 sensors is reading bad. And I've never done this before, but I've worked on our trucks, and I don't really see it being all too complicated, just a really, really tight, confined area, unfortunately. So we were going to just bring it over to the mechanic in Kenosha, Wisconsin, but I'm like, you know what? I mean, to change out 4, they're gonna put it on their diagnostic. You're gonna pay $100 and some for that. You're gonna end up paying for 3-4 hours labor, probably an hour and 15 minutes on each one of these. So you're probably looking at a $5 or $6, maybe a $700 bill before the parts. So these parts were $30 some, 111. Actually, it was $31.99 or something for 2 of them. The one is the downstream and the other one is the upstream. I don't know which ones go where. However, it should be easy enough for you to figure out. So whichever ones they were, 2 of the cheaper ones were like $31.99 for the Bosch, which I prefer the Bosch. I've heard great things I've read great reviews on their parts. And then the other one was $111.99 for one. So you're talking times 2. So 2 at $31.99 or $32.99, and then 2 at $111.99. But I get a military or a veteran discount, so my price is going to be a little bit cheaper than than regular customers, unless you're like a shop. So in this one here, this is what the O2 sensor looks like. And this one, because it's the Ford Show, has 4 O2 sensors. So this 17475, that's a white sensor with this type of plug. And then the 15724 is a black casing with a different style plug. So you can't really screw it up. So this is the 3rd time I've done this video. I don't know, my phone's trying to update or whatever, so I'm getting a little frustrated. So this one here, grab my flat. Oh, and you don't have to, but it's gonna be easier if you pull off this crossbar. There's just 2 bolts here, or 2 nuts here, and then 2 nuts on that side, and it's a 1/2 inch socket. Oh, and another thing you're gonna need, you rent this kit or this tool thing from O'Reilly's. I got all the parts from O'Reilly's. I prefer O'Reilly's. I mean, they all sell Bosch, but you're going to need an oxygen sensor wrench set, and that's the number right there. And what they do is they rent this to you at O'Reilly's. I don't know if Advance Auto and AutoZone do that. I think they do. However, so you give them $30 to rent the kit for as long as you need it, or you can buy a oxygen sensor wrench set if you want. But for $30, you rent their thing. You bring this kit back, and then they reimburse you your $30. So it's no money out of pocket. So your first one, what did I do with my flashlight? Excuse my shop, man. It's a wreck ever since these guys moved in, but they're paying us well, so I can't complain. So I already showed in the other videos, but like I said, my phone's trying to update, so I don't know what the hell the problem is. Anyways, this one here is right there. Let me see if I can get in there better. It's right there. And then That's the white cord. You can see, and then the plug actually goes. That's why you had to take the wheel off. There's no way I was getting my big ass underneath there. So anyways, and then there's the plug right there. So on that plug, for the white one, you're gonna need a flat tip screwdriver because there's a little lip right here. So you got to get a plastic screw, a flat tip screwdriver to pry that off. So you can get a long one or a short one. That's the most difficult one right now. I figured I'd do the most difficult to get it done and over with. And then the other ones, grab my light and put you on pause. I'm gonna crawl up underneath the car. Oh, before you guys do that, so we're fortunate enough where we have 2 floor jacks. But you guys should chock your back wheels with a board or something, or a brick on both tires. Try to be safe about it if you can. All right, so let's get up under. I'm gonna put you on pause. All right, guys. So here's one right here, and that's right at the front of the motor, right by your oil filter. It's on the exhaust system. And then I already showed you that first one. And then there's another one right here. Oh no, actually that is not one. There was, where the hell was it? There was that one there. I thought there was another one. Oh yeah, right there. There's one right there. So there's actually 2 in the front. There's one at the top with the white electric power cord, so it's right there. And then you got one right here, right by the oil filter. And then the first one I showed you, and then there's another one. Let me put you on pause, I'll find it. Yeah, that is it right there. So that's your 4th one, and that's right off the catalytic. I think this is the catalytic converter. I'm not sure. But the O2 sensors for your oxygen, whatever. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. And then the plug for that, so you got to follow it. That blue line right there, which goes up that. Oh, shit, where'd I lose you? Dang it. Right there. And, oh, right there. Sorry, can't focus really. And then it goes up there. So I don't know if I'm going to have to try to maybe come in from the back side. Yeah, I think I can come in from the, oh yeah, I can get my hand up there so you can actually go further down. Now, when you guys do this, obviously be smart, man. I am sitting on 2 jacks. However, I do have my jack stands underneath there. So, getting too old for this stuff. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not gonna do a part 2 or anything. I already got that one broke free. So what you should do is you should spray all 4 sensors down, let it sit for like, half hour or something with some sort of lube. I like Schaefer's. Schaefer seems to really free up a lot of stuff. On this particular one, I did have to use a breaker bar because it was so close in there, and I didn't want to have to take out this wheel well piece. So, like I said, it's right there, and there's really not a lot of place to work in there, so I had to use a breaker bar because I just couldn't get any leverage on it, and that's another socket for it. So it does come with 2 of these, and then that long socket right there in this kit. So that is pretty much it. So I think that's the last one I showed you, the last sensor in there. That one's going to be maybe a little difficult. But yeah, other than that, man, it's pretty simple. I think it's a little time consuming, but if you want to save yourself $500, $600, $700, whatever the mechanic charges, then do it this way. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.